Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Following the notice by the party issued on the 10th December 2021, banning the display of paraphernalia of all kinds and personal advocacy by leadership aspirants around the upcoming conference of the party, many would-be aspirants, members, friends of the party, and concerned Ghanaians home and abroad have expressed their views. A majority appear to be in favor of the ban, but a significant group, including but not limited to supporters of some would-be aspirants, expect further clarification. That, of course, is not surprising, given that several supporters and friends of some aspirants have organized themselves in readiness and even contributed to provide the paraphernalia that the party has stated that they cannot use. Today's interaction, therefore, will attempt to respond to the need to have a national annual delegates conference without a panoply of leadership contention on the sidelines. The party and the government are challenged by a society eager for solutions that will help break the perennial cycle of need impeding our common progress. There's a pressing need for more infrastructure. There's an urgent need for more meaningful jobs. People need personal growth in tandem with the pace of national development. The Ghanaian people are thirsty for a clear, consistent, and sustainable path towards growth. It is a path of mobilization. This is the time for mobilization. This is not the time for leadership contention. Only a year ago, the good people of Ghana renewed the mandate of the current leadership of the government. That leadership was offered to the people by the party. The leadership of President Akufo-Addo, as endorsed by the people, has 3 more years to work towards realizing the vision that Ghana voted for. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, the party press release of 10th December 2021 seeks nothing more than to focus the collective will of the party on the needs of the people at this time. Now, our need as a governing party in the leadership of the nation is to demonstrate our readiness to mobilize the people around a path to self-sustaining economic and social growth through mechanisms that the people accept can work effectively. The people are hungry for direction. The NPP government is offering direction. The e-levy is one such direction. It is a major opportunity that may move us beyond general price inflation occasioned by energy sector levies. It can also support a viable process of public debt reduction and employment generation for our youth. However, it needs to be owned by the people. We wish all the paraphernalia by leadership aspirants were about the e-levy. Then we would be mobilizing the people in their entirety around the concept of the e-levy, a clear leadership signal. The digitalization agenda is another such direction. The more government services and payments can be accessed through electronic means, the less waste and corruption that may likely happen through human contact. I wish again that aspirant paraphernalia were advertising the policy of digitization and digitalization and its immense potential benefits to Ghanaians. A significant but long-term direction is the policy of holistic improvements to the education sector. As the current government of the NPP is doing, Ghana must continue to commit significant resources to deliberately developing human capital imbued with the inventiveness and skills capable of exploiting our natural resources in order to change the structure of our economy towards job creation through value addition. Our knowledgeable leadership aspirants would do this government and country a world of good if their contribution to this conference would be about advertising the virtues of the bauxite, iron and steel, and automotive industries, and the 1D, 1F policy that are capable of changing the entire equation about jobs for the youth of this country. So please, indulge me to quote from the press release of the 10th of December 2021, and I quote, "The 2021 National Annual Delegates Conference is a time of renewal for the party. Though we cherish the party tradition of democratic competition, we believe well-meaning aspirants will appreciate the need for such measures, the measures being the ban on advertising, which are necessary to enable a clear focus on the aims of the conference. The true spirit behind the conference is to enhance party unity around the singular effort of working closely with Ghanaians as we recover from COVID-19 and rebuild our economy in new ways to feed into a future of shared growth. Unquote. By this directive, the party expects the conduct of all leading members to give hope to the foot soldiers, academics, artisans, traders, professionals, religious bodies, transport operators, students, traditional authorities, farmers and fishermen, media, business people, politicians, family and friends in the diaspora, public servants, the security services, the international community, and all those with a stake in the growth and development of Ghana. That is why the conference theme reflects the desires of Ghana towards mobilization of national energy around solutions. And the theme is, I quote, NPP, our resolve, our determination and commitment to Ghana's development. I'll repeat that. The theme for the conference, do you mind? The theme for the conference is, quote, NPP, our resolve, our determination and commitment to Ghana's development. Resolve implies a will to find solutions. Determination implies firmness of purpose. And commitment implies dedication to the solutions and purpose we offer in our policies for social and economic growth. That is leadership. Our call to all would-be aspirants to refrain from campaigning and restrain their supporters is nothing less than a call to leadership. We would be grateful for aspirants to exhibit supreme leadership in their quest to lead by voluntarily complying with the party directive not to campaign in Greater Kumasi pre and during the conference. As stated, the conference is being held from Saturday the 18th December 2021 to Monday the 20th of December 2021. Delegates are expected to arrive in Kumasi on the 18th. The main activity will be on Sunday, 19th December 2021. The program on the 19th includes, in the morning, a worship service, after which speeches and reports will be received from the party chairman, treasurer, general secretary, former president of the republic, and the incumbent presidency, as well as fraternal messages from allied parties and friends. A break in the afternoon will be followed by a forum to address proposed constitutional amendments. Delegates are expected to depart on Monday, the 20th of December, 2021. This conference is dedicated to total mobilization of the Ghanaian people. It is the party that demonstrates ability to mobilize the people around credible economic independence that deserves to break the eight. Most of the current leadership aspirants believe they have the wherewithal to break the eight. The party does not dispute such claims. The only question is timing. Article 10(2)(7)(b) of the party constitution determines when national officers may be elected. Article 12 provides for the timing and election of parliamentary candidates. And Article 13 establishes the timing and conditions for election of presidential candidates. In fact, Article 13(1) vests power in the National Council to change the date for the election of a presidential candidate depending on prevailing circumstances. Also, Article 18 provides for the issuance of regulations and guidelines covering any potential situation. None of the constitutional provisions cited show that the time for internal competition is now. Of course, competition is due, but not around the impending National Annual Delegates Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, the party is conscious of the freedoms and rights of Democrats to run for office, campaign freely for self or for others, join others to form caucuses, groups or movements, and to do whatever is fair and right to achieve electoral success. But none of those rights ought to be exercised above the collective interests of the party and all other stakeholders. In the event, we are once again asking all aspirants to desist from promoting paraphernalia of any kind, including but not limited to outdoor material and t-shirts and the like within the greater Kumasi metropolis before and during the conference. We are calling on the metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies through the office of the Honorable Chief of Staff and the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development to act to ensure that all outdoor displays are dealt with within the confines of the rules. Furthermore, in line with the national aim of mass vaccination, especially given that the gathering for the conference is close to the festive season, we are asking all delegates to ensure that they have received the appropriate COVID-19 jabs before setting off for the conference. We are asking the Ghana Health Service to renew the publication of sites where people can go for jabs. We will also cooperate with the Ghana Health Service to ensure that medical facilities around the conference are set up to cope fully with all COVID-19 related protocols. Please, delegates, friends, observers, visitors, remember to carry your vaccination card with you at all times. And we have the privilege of the head of the task force, presidential task force on COVID, Professor Nsiansari, who will share perspective with us. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, at stake is a total mobilization of the Ghanaian people around solutions that can meet our needs. The job of the president, that is the Akufo-Addo-led NPP government, is to provide functional and effective policy solutions. The job of the party is to mobilize people around those solutions and encourage ownership and participation for success. We have no doubt that the men and women in the forefront of the NPP can lead the charge to deliver results. Together with the nation, we will break the eight and consolidate effective governance for the benefit of the people. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Thank you. I'll do a quick summary. The new adofo ebe nansane ne na ekuo no e tabon to se bi wo mu a wo mu pese wo mu peja billboards na wo mu hyentade ebe dom ho adi se wo mu pe akandie ewo yekuo no se mu bia anya sa efa nhyiemu a ye beye no na wotwe a ebe na akoye se tabon no eto abonten no enye obia na te ho mfaso ase na ewose ekiremu biem adekunti a ye ne sa na ititu no ye gitum se afia atwamu yi a ye nyina ye peje ho afiri covid mu no enye mre emma ni papi enti aban no eni abede a wo hwehwe akwan a ye beye nhyehyeye amienya se bi akwan dodo a ye hwehwe amienya enyinem kanea amienya enwuma aye edom pese omunyini na se enyini no ejina hyehyeye a aban ebeye so nti enya dia sambri no nhyiemu a ye koye no eduru se ye pere di obedi ekuo no anim kan epere di obekwa akosi anamu ewo mrahye bedwam ana epere di obedi oman nankasa anim kan emre no so a ye bema sane mani na adadi aban no afi pedie ene eto so aba a ku nankasa ede na nadodan kwa Akufo-Addo ekoye ena oman ni gi ni tumu oman ni gi ni tumu na chese ne hyehyeye na oman na gi na tumu agi atumu no mfie miensa ede na nimu a ewo se saa hyehyeye no otimi som na de adie yiri se wo mu a wo mpese wo pre no mdi enkan no wo nyina adwen wo saa hyehyeye ne so wo mu bie ni ho de hyehyeye so no nko bi ebeto wo sesei efi saa bre no enson enu nti ena ekuo no ehye wo mu se yesre ye so bia wo kwan so opere ade na emom no saa dwumadie ye kodi ne kumase de ye mpa apere bia e wo dwumadie we ho afisi pese ye Kenya Ghana fo nyina adwen eku dwumadie ne so ye Kenya Ghana fo nyina na ye koma ye wedie nyina kɔ enhyehyɛ ya ye hia na ye nyina ye ka bomu ye de siesie ye ho ye pagya ye ho free COVID-19 sabi botomu no a ehye no no efise COVID-19 e kan ye wedie nso ase de ye kan ye botom kura chen ye wedie nti ye ni so ade hunu sekuo ni se ye kɔhyia mu yi ekwan be na ye fa so a ye Kenya Ghana fo nyina ka ye ho na ye ntɔkwa na yako abomu na ye de apam COVID-19 afiri ye ntem ye pam no nso no na ye pagya ye botom fa hodie akɔsoro ene me pii wo hɔ a aban no eye a ebetimi aboa si ye kasei nkomo okoso pa efa E11 ho na aban no ewa akukuduro atintim se ye ni Ghana fo di hu nkomo yi a ommegi atom efie nim se papa ewo E11 no ho no esombo chen sebe boni a ebetimi asiesie wo ho papa ewo ho ne se ebeyi afiri atete kwa asem a ya na de mpeso akakra ato petro so na mpeso na de beto petro so no na obia toto na boom na niema ebo ekosoro emoaye ebetimi yefri bosia bo a ya bo amanone na aboa ya me atua saa bosia na mana kofom ebeboa me anya sika e de ahye emebunu adwumam enso ansa na ebeba mu no e wo se ne Ghana fo di saa nkomo na Ghana fo te ase ye nyaaya na nko mo predi bre no mo ni so ade hunu nse omo hihye ni omo ntade omo be hye ni niema omo pagya nyina ya billboard nyina na nka ka di saa nko mo we atwe Ghana fo adwen aban NPP aban enhyehyeye na digitalization abefu dwumadie na Ghana edie no eno so ade bia e wo se atwe Ghana fo nyina adwene course ebeboa yen papa evise dream ketasihye project kankan niema ye hye no Ghana ha mfaso ni so se wo di ni nyina fa sa governance nhyehyɛ no so a ubenya mfaso pi nti ne Ghana ye procurement ukopota ye paperless ufiri hɔ a judiciary passport license renewal of NHIA and niema pi ya start ye ni no eboa enipa pi ma ate dream make it share project so tie tokoso ni ye miemu a ebeboa ya ma ebeduru baabi no sebe enipa eni enhunu aban sika na ne kwan adɔ se ne nsa ebebomu enti eno nso ya ade bi a empanyimfo no mo predi brace sei no eyedwumadi ekoso ye pese omo so de omo ahoɔden boa na Ghana fo ete ase na Ghana fo esomu de toso biem a eboa ye mpa ne ye ngoma enra ye interview bi ko amanone na we de meka no kure papa ba ko ma bufu kakra sebe enso bedwene me dadwene ho no na chese asem a wo ka na no kure ofre no yeso musa masem no se aden na yen empanyimfo eda Ghana no wa ansem NPP NDC munyina odika ne ma mbufu o se munyina mo yankwasiafo aden ti a o se aden ne yete ha na abrofo befa yagudie nyina akɔ fofofo etoso mienu aden ne yekoye E11 abra afibia ye shisika auditor general nhyehyeye mu na yentimi nsia no na okase ye nkwasiafo ntima ntomebo na metomebo a nka mehu se asema papa ne busa no ehu hia afise tu a yentimi ntu yagudie nya ho mfaso ne se yeni hu nimde enti nkrofo no ba na akase mepese ya o pa ne wa kutu ade enne eni abere a ye nhyehyeye enne so petroleum commission o ma hyeda afa nkrofo de o mo quantity emu efa welding num ni sa ne manuma heavy equipment ho adwuma a eye chese e wo sorosoro pa enti ye tete nkoda efri primary school akọ free SHS akọ tertiary guarantee no won hia obi abetimi akobie
eko TVET eko STEM science education ni nyina no nhye ne se ye benya edomo a wo mo ewo anibie a mo akokoduro a wo betimi aye nhye ama yen na ye yankase yetimi akoye gudie ho ne yatu nti bauxite na ewo ho no ekwan be ne befa so a Ghana fo ne be ye ho adwuma a wo betu a ye benya ho mfa so iron and steel 1D 1F nyama we nyina no ni se ye twen amanone fo no mde omunyansa ne omnimde ebesisie nti adesua eni enyuma na ye pa ye kwan ye befa so ebenya domo ye betete wo mu a wo betimi aye adwuma so na sika na wo ha no amanone fo mefa ni nyina enko eno so ye hiasem a edi anim ewo mai mu nti minianom ye ka ne se ekuo no ahye nyina kete se dwumadie ye kodi na wotwe a ebaidie enye eho na ye be dada ye ho se me na metimi aye enuru se ye sem ahwede obetimi aye obi amra no mfa na dwen emeboa oman no eye abanya NPP ankasa ede asi ho ama oman no obi amfa na dwen emeboa na ma mu nyina no ye hu sampa NDC NPP eni abere se yesiesie man no ama ye nyina enu nti ene ede botaya esi eni so no aba botaya no makan no brofum mesan kan no brofum NPP, our resolve, our determination and commitment to Ghana's development. How Ghana for how nibre se yebesiesie na yebehye dwumadie na se memreda de to so du nwotwe da na dom ni nyina beba be hia kumase ni ajom awawa tu ade achi kwasiada na dwumadie na nkasa gina so de no na no pa no yesimu a ebe ya asori ye pon asori a na afi ya je nkrato afri afefo ho ne ye namfofo ene adade eno achi no na party mpanyimfo ene omampanyi nso ato mo numtuo na afi ya bre echi akokan ya no kakra efri ho ba na nhihye ya epese ye na ye de sachira ye constitution no ya hwe ne edi ho nkomo se beba se ye beji atum ana ye nyi ntumu a eno no de ye beba awieye kwasi ada no ade achinjuada na obia ye je obia kwan ama okọ nti se de mekan no ekuo ni ntan obia ekuo no wogidie wo ye mpanyimfo no mekuo no nim se omu nyina aben ombetimi aboya me breaki 8 no na emom no aperapere bre na enso ye hawo nyina ekuo ni hawo nyina ne se aperapere bre enso ye nti wo hwe ekuo no ngoma mu a nhihye ye fa eperebre ni nyina ha wo ho mepese mepe ngoma ni bia mamu a na mo ankasa mo hwe mu hu se ebri sei ne pre national leadership ebri sei ne pre MP ebri sei ne pre president na nyina edi bre ne so a ebeboaye nti mede masem ebe awie no mesre se DCs MMDCs yes na honorable chief of staff asuye or the Afam Ministry of Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development so no wa she DCs no MMDCs no na ba bia obi apeja billboard BSC bia I wo greater Kumasi metropolis no omni nipa ne bedi hu nkomo na omdi afa emra kwanso na omatimi ama billboard no abafom gidi se ebeboaye pa eno na ne epese munyina mo hye ne nso emayen enye adwenbone bi ena enye bone bi se obi bepirade ewokuo no na emom no ebre no enson nti adwumadi we aye kodi no emfa apre ho efa Ghana dachi eho beda mo asipa nyamishira munyina afei yebetie Dr. Prof oya doctor so no maybe I will could Prof Science Yasare me pacho ono na otu president fo efa ya pomuden ho ansem Professor Nsiansari is the presidential advisor on health. Please welcome him.
Thank you very much. I'm here just for a very simple reason. I'm here to tell you what we are going to do from the 18th, 19th, and 20th in Kumasi for the 2021 annual Delegates Conference of NPP. As you are aware, we still are in COVID. COVID is still real. We've gone through a third wave, which came to somewhere an end somewhere in November. We had a lot of deaths in August and September. And God being so good, we are getting out of the third wave. But we are also aware that the coming months or the coming weeks is going to be very difficult for us. We've seen it before. We saw it last year after the Christmas festivities, where we had a second wave and we lost a lot of lives. It is even more important now because there's a fourth wave throughout the world. Luckily, we have been spared, and we haven't had the fourth wave yet. But it doesn't mean we cannot have the fourth wave. We have to do something to make sure that we don't go into the same situation we went through last year, January, February, March, where we lost a lot of people. Our health workers are telling us that they are tired, they are fatigued. So we should all help them to also make sure that we don't go back into the same situation. As we speak now, the cases have come down. We moved from about 7,000 somewhere in August of active cases to less than 700. We've seen it's going up again, but luckily most of the cases that we are seeing now are from the airport. It's because a lot of our competitors, the foreigners, and also other people are coming into the country. In fact, from this week going, that's why you're going to see a lot of people coming through the airport. Because of that, we've put in measures. We have added another additional measure that anybody coming into this country from the midnight of 14th of December has to be vaccinated, fully vaccinated. We are doing that to add to the two things that we do to minimize importation of the virus into the country. That is having 72-hour negative PCR tests and also testing at the airport to make sure that you are not positive. We isolate you for the first 7 days to make sure you don't go into the community to mix with the community. We've been doing that very well. So we've seen a lot of cases of positive cases going on. A lot of new variant, the Omicron is so we've seen also at the airport. And we want to make sure that we don't have a lot of them in the community. It's very transmissible. It transmits easily more than even the Delta. But we are still studying it if it is more virulent than the Delta or not. If it is more virulent than the Delta, then the whole world is dead. The only way, apart from the safety protocols we've put in place, which some people, when we see the cases going down, we start removing our mask and we start washing our hands and then don't use the sanitizer, is vaccination. Luckily, for the past 6 weeks, we have a lot of vaccines in the country, thanks be to what is happening, what the government is doing to bring in as many vaccines as much as possible. Since we started having vaccines in the country on the 24th of February, we now have over 16.86 million doses of vaccine in the country, which has come. We have given some, we have distributed some, we still have some that we are distributing throughout the country. We've now gone into a mode where we are vaccinating everybody everywhere throughout the country. All the 260 districts, all the 16 regions are now have vaccines. Ghana Health Service has gone into campaign mode. They go to the churches, to the mosque, to everywhere. So as a party, if you are going to our National Delegates Conference at this time, when we are all afraid of the fourth wave, we are afraid of Omicron, isn't it? And we're also afraid that we don't want to have what we had last year. The party, the government, and for that matter, the president, has directed me to come here today to make it, announce it to everybody, that any delegate who is coming to the conference without having been vaccinated will not be allowed onto the grounds of the conference. I'll repeat it. Any delegate who is coming should be vaccinated. If you are not vaccinated yet, you have today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday to vaccinate before you move to Kumasi. If you don't come without any vaccination card, genuine one, we will check. You will not be allowed onto the conference grounds. Secondly, we are doing the conference on outdoor basis. It's at Heroes Park. For the first time, we are not doing the conference within a hall because we believe and we also accept that outdoors is less risky than indoors. So the conference will be at Heroes Park. We have a health committee which is working around the clock. We shall put signs everywhere that before you enter the conference grounds, you have to wash your hands with water and soap, running water and soap. We also provide sanitizers, and everybody at the conference ground will put on a mask, as I'm doing now, as all of you are doing now. So we all be in the mask. We will also social distancing at the conference grounds. We shall put the chairs in such a way that it will be about a meter from each other, and there will be sanitizers available for everybody to sanitize their hand. We want to set example. We want to show everybody that NPP is going to the conference, even though it's a gathering. We are going to make sure that you follow the safety protocols, and in addition, we also will put people who have been vaccinated at the conference grounds. We know that some people will come who are not delegates, who will be at the outside of the Heroes Park. We will put vaccination centers at those places to vaccinate those who come who are not vaccinated, but they are not part of the delegates, but they will be at the outside of the conference. So we are going to take advantage to also go into a kind of campaign mode at the vaccination point for vaccination at the conference grounds. But anybody who is coming as a delegate, I'll repeat it, you should hold your vaccination card. We know that most of the members or most of the delegates have at least completed their vaccination. If you haven't completed your vaccination, go and complete it. Completion means that if it's AstraZeneca, it's 2 doses. If it's Pfizer, it's 2 doses. Moderna is 2 doses. Sputnik V is 2 doses. Johnson & Johnson is a dose. We want to minimize any infection at the conference grounds as much as possible. We don't want any delegate to come to the conference grounds and take a virus from the conference grounds to home. You may be fit, you may be young and energetic, but what about your elderly mother, your father, your grandmother, or a sick person at home? The virus has no legs. It's human being who takes the virus home. That's what we've been saying every time. Where people meet is where the virus is. But if you are all vaccinated, what it means is that we bring down the viral load down. If you are vaccinated, even if you have the virus, you don't get very sick and be admitted into the hospital to give a lot of problem to our health staff in hospitals. We want to be safe. We want to come to the conference safe and go out safe so that we don't infect anybody. And we are going to use this to set example to everybody in this country that if you want to meet during the Christmas festivities, as much as possible, do it outdoors. For parties, restaurants, going to restaurants and everywhere should be done outdoors. And as much as possible, let's avoid going to clubs and closed places. If you want to do an outdoor, do it outside. If you want to do a funeral, do it outside, and avoid after funeral parties. So this is the message, simple message I want to have. I'll give it to you, that NPP is going to the conference on the 18th, 19th, 20th, and you go there and follow strictly the laid down regulations of COVID-19 safety protocols, as well as making sure that everybody is vaccinated. That is what we want to know. And then if you all do that, we will finish the conference without any problem. And it's an example for everybody to follow during the Christmas festivities. Thank you very much. The free December 18th, 19th, and 20th, say, many are Buaben Asamoa Kayen. In Ibeshia, Heroes Park, Kumasi. And the can say delegate over Hobia and all bar for vaccination card, the Kura, Unibia Umra, Heroes Park. It will be a Waubiano, any Ghana Hair Service for Akasa. He say, your war vaccines need be what district be a woman will be assault their mosque, couldn't be a, and you know, yeah. Unyang wo die nwi na se wo bi kura enne e china na de chie kopim fia da sa na wo free baby a wo bakumase no ko wo vaccine ni bi tie kan ye pese ye ma chairman for mu wo constituency nyina na so to say mun kan kire mun ko fo say ye be hwe vaccination card and san wo wura Heroes Park yɛbɛsan set up ɛnso ebi so wɔ abɔntene a wɔn mu a wɔn ba wɔn nyɛ delegates no so obi a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔwɔ bi no so yɛawɔ bi ama no yɛmpɛ sɛ obiara aba conference n'ase a ɔbɛkɔ fie ɔde yare bɛkɔ fie yɛyɛ wei akyerɛ obiara sɛ nyinaa yɛyɛ adwen sɛ yɛbɛtumi ama yare no akɔ a Christmas ɛba yɛhunu bi afra sɛ no a yɛbɛtumi ayɛ woyɛ biribi a ɛbɛma nipa kakra bɛhyia no a yɛ no abɔnten sɛ deɛ yɛkɔyɛ wɔ Heroes Park no make sure sɛ wode nsuo ne samina si hɔ wode sanitizer awɔ hɔ wowɔ abɔnten no a ɛnyɛ adeɛ a wobɛdidi anaasɛ wonom nsuo a tem bia fa mask bɔ saa pɛpɛpɛ ne yɛbɛyɛ no conference grounds hɔ ne yɛahwɛ wowura mu a yɛ make sure sɛ wode wɔyi ato kurom no fa wo card no fa hyɛ nkyɛn na de akyerɛ yɛn wopɛ koraa wo card no so number ɛyi ɛwɔ so ne QR code na ɛwɔ akyerɛ no fa to phone so woduru hɔ na de kyerɛ yɛn a nyɛ card bia na ɛbɛhwɛ o yɛbɛbɛki sure sɛ card no ɛyɛ card papa nti mo obiara nyɛ n'adwene sɛ wɔkɔpɛ bi na wɔde aba conference m daabi woanyɛ ahwɛ a wobɛtena abɔnten wei na yɛ nkɔ votu kɛ votu ahwɛ anka wo votu bi nti wonya nkɔwɔ ɔpane a ɛnɛ ɛkyina na de kyiɛ kɔpem fiada no wɔmɔdena no kɔwɔ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛbɛwie no obiara mfa yareɛ te sɛ COVID-19 ɛmfiri hɔ ɛmfa nkɔ ne fie ɛmfa nkɔ saa na busuafoɔ na dɔfoɔ na ɔman no so atumi akɔ n'anim medam ase.
So, any questions? Yes.
No. Let me be frank with about the Maria said a conference for elections and our papers in the family. So Obidi, maybe one will be some transaction.
Obidi
said Obidi boom round when I said the papers and I said the posters near the background from the sanctions been on the massacre.
Oh, I Eddie can we be some say the bear potting a year conference. So we can have said 19th. Then she Mudina and Kassan Becoso. Until a domino beba drew Kumasi 18th, you know, I be to coin. No mahome. At the 19th, Quesiadano, a friend of Pahakusi Jumre. Sorry, I had the Behasia Nopa. Now, I said you Medina Sia Copim a baby. Until 19th, and ye Juman, Quesiada. A bit and someone impending for a debate and now for constitutional amendments. The Unijua Yapon at the exchange you are that 20th, not your call. Said ye can ye walk. In Shaya Wa, Obubu Emraswa, it will be dino. Mokaya, July 21st July, ye be the code of conduct beardy. Sir Ma Obia MP. Enquire campaign of the Brennan Swan. Now, yen she mu no, and ye buta any such inchinia, a petit true biaso, a woman raconso. Yen she mu no, ye buta any say, wow, pedomedium kind dear. Sissina head domno, a hiasem, na fire no too hoful. And they say, dom no say, any brinner warm to say no, and ya pirapria, any bria, too hoful. If there's a dom no apple be your money. To hufu na brechiri nti ye leader so ne se obia enyere ne ho so okubu we so si ye kasa ikura na finance ane nenu a ye de press release ne bae no ebinum atutu omo de emena swati na nsane de ya de no bae no ebinum atutu omo de ebinum so agya tum se omo nyam pagya ya omo nnem pagya kura enu nti ye wogidie se dodo no a ebedi eso. Questions?
Could you repeat the same in English?
I should repeat the same in English. Yes. Just for emphasis, the exact day for conference activities is Sunday. We expect delegates to arrive on Saturday, rest, and then on Sunday morning, we'll have a church service in the morning, a worship service in the morning, and then we'll receive fraternal greetings and messages from the chairman, the treasurer, the general secretary, the former president, and the current presidency. And then after a break, we will consider the constitutional amendments. Conference ends on Sunday, and then Monday 20th, delegates will depart. Please, our posture is not to drive straight to sanctions. Our posture is that we expect people who want to lead an organization to be sensitive to the needs of that organization. As at now, the need of the New Patriotic Party is not for a change of leadership. Our current leadership has a mandate for the next 3 years. Our need is to empathize with Ghanaians, mobilize Ghanaians around the concerns of the day, and drive forward with Ghanaians to look for solutions together and implement those solutions the government is offering. And therefore, we expect most of the people contending to be self-regulating, to be restrained, and to restrain their supporters from disobeying the rules that we have brought out. So, even as I speak, after we issued the first directive on the 10th, some have begun to pull down the billboards that they put up. Others have agreed not to put up what they've prepared at all. So it's a very good sign. We expect that everybody will follow the example of those who have complied and go ahead to comply. We do have sanctions. And if you still remember, we had a code of conduct which we issued on the 21st of July, 2021. I'm sure you all have access to that code. It was widely outlawed. In that code, we have the process for sanctions, because our constitution itself has sanctions. So the process leading to sanctions for disobeying the party rules and regulations are there, including the ultimate form of disqualification. Ultimately, you can be disqualified from contesting for the position you seek. But that is not where we are heading to immediately. We want would-be aspirants, potential contestants, to demonstrate leadership by complying with the needs and desires of the people of Ghana, working in tandem with the party that they are seeking to lead. And therefore, we don't expect disobedience. Yes. To Prof. Let me take questions to me and then Prof will finish. Yes. Media for us muye nipa onti mu so mutimi yare enti media fo nyina mo mopane ne bi ai mu hu Prof na say wasi ya born sorry them ya born mosque ya born clinic bia 16 million nti obi an fa ne card mra mo card no ho ban ye na accreditation so ye ne mu di nkomodada mo media houses ye ne mu di nkomodada nti panyinu a oda eno na no mema wone mo panyimfo no aban mo panyimfo no ntentem se munya nte ye nka nkomo no koso dada mo zum be hia accreditation san mo timi ewura ho no mtio me ba oso
national delegate na it's a big kind of what you that say will be here because time the other says will be ready say yeah you will never be because obi aboka akoye the water
David. Yeah, it will be as one Kobosaka. Wait for 5 minutes. Yeah, it will be as one Mosaka. Mabitio. Oh, Babio. I Zoom Bekoso, live stream Bekoso. Say COVID-19, any virtual. Depend be bro COVID-19 to quite. Emma, it didn't from an near there, in Tibet virtual live stream because.
Card which the 2 phones. The most important thing is also making sure say within any QR code no actually. So one activity ya activity CC ya. Oko district capital yeah maybe our district health service will be ano o meet activity ama on say na nko focus oh me card me duro yesi nya adwuma also activity QR code na wo kire na a code data well database do ko be bia obi a be hu say card na.
This is very important information. There is a QR code on the back of the card.
Obi wo me fan kire we na ho hia pa until database ni nyina wo yeah no I'm say bi wo ho data no antimi a capture wo QR code no so I'm say Ghana SS for aka but obi antie eti wo kɔ airport sisi a wo wura mu a departure on your left hand side wo say bi a temperature you want wo duru ho wo say nipa mi no te ho ti bo say na nkofo akotwa ho ahia de wo mu ye ne say wo do QR ne kire wo mu a wo mbe check say wo database no so a no ma activate wo ma activate na kɔ Ghana Health Service website ho na wo take wo scan QR code na now born number be a COV-19 stroke this thing goes to base a ticket say as validated. We are not validated, I just say and yet activated. So be at it.
Last year, this year, the war first one. We did not expect 2 months' time. But 2 months' time now. But now I don't say we can't do that. And I may was second one.
You can't move.
Yes, this card, and I may war is a remote on.
Okwa, maybe I won Okwa, no cry very never. And to Okwa na Obo Dia, Ombe retrieve data. And you hear your telephone number or you see, and date of birth. It's a Yarakurana Okwa, Umbetima Rama. But it been with the Omo, maybe the Adam phones. Because do be any chira na o mascan na o mo say right.
Because when you maybe so last year you were elections na COVID cases no na kofo. You no na you send your search in the active cases. With this meeting here institutional business really go said you be that's numbers no kwa so you try to change those.
Yeah Bob why ho asie. Because you say last year January, February, March, in your problem. Today, I say your treatment centers in Nippeni workers. Oxygen, your PBA all the treatment centers. Omo ye Juma or Pubujanso, so your training of OP, LOC manage COVID patient. Your testing kits near the so your stockpile go. Because you see, your January, February, March, you be your problems. Because the whole world, they are omonya fourth wave. Oko Europe, 50,000 a day in Yamania, Mantia Boboy Honsi. But a near my betting a year, Emma non cosso. And near my betting a year, Emma hospitals, no uncle boom come fast. And no, the only problem about COVID-19 a year is stretchy hospital systems. And a nipa a woo of COVID-19. Because you want to say, will be COVID-19. Na oko intensive care na we one person intensive bed na ho no eye bed 20 a ono koda ho a obi a wanya heart problem a o se den koto ho no ontimi na hobi obi a ebi a ya wakwa awo so a ehia se man intensive care ontimi nko hobi e say one person wa fam pa o ho nyina one hwe a doctor for nurse for hwe no so no obi so omu de bia omu kono ho na onso de yare ne bi kofi eno ena ma vaccination no ho hia to what vaccine so we share e bi wakwa UK ni ma nipa pi nya positive cases but on te say nipa pi ewu so what you say on te say o hospitals na ye overwhelmed first na we call US be say nipa etete ambulance mu a o mo twen say empa be ye ready ma ko India the same thing happen here na India for year massive vaccination e say what you say India for cases no confirm intia na ma vaccines no hia kese no ti ma mo ntie de obi kana obi ko wo vaccine o wu ye na de obi ho a all vaccine maybe but no or no I want the problems enti ono kakra bi kan no ano woko ye mpese say ni pa no hwere o mo nkwa ene important no mesa ka kire obiem say last year omu a January February March omu yare kese yakoda hospital no yakọ all private hospitals and government hospitals most of them eyenkofo e call party enkofo a omu e ba ya omu ba holidays a omu koye party ekoye funerals or call wedding nema most of them ya antise obi di party bi achi ano mo ye health work no a onya bi no koda ba bi a owu ti we are very certain say close spaces ene nema no ene yenya virus the high class e bi free antentem ne yakọ cause mframa mfa ha disanity enti na ye de niema egu kwa mu say first obi a oba ho bia no e vaccinated etosumienu yɛyɛ no wɔ Heroes Park yɛnyɛ no wɔ ɛdɛm yɛtɔ so mmiɛnsa yɛde nsuo ne sɛmina bɛsisi anim wɔ hɔ ne sanitizers obiara bɛnya sanitizer obiara bɛnya ne mask wowura hɔ a yɛwɔ health volunteers bi a wɔbɛyɛ adwuma a wɔn nam stand ne mu wɔn mmɔ mask bɛka sɛ bɔ mask wohwɛ na wɔn a no wɔpie a wokɔ a wowura mu a wabɔ mask wode wɔayi akyerɛ ne biribiara nti obiara tete such a way sɛ yɛmmɛn ho pii nti you take all the precautions sɛ bɛyɛ a yɛde set example na obiara tumi adi so sɛ bɛyɛ a yɛkɔ Christmas yɛnka sɛ oh me deɛ mekɔyɛ deɛ mpɛ biara nti ɛno ɛna yɛyɛ na ɛde akyerɛ sɛ even though COVID wɔ hɔ no yɛntumi nka sɛ COVID nti no yɛntumi nyɛ hwee we have to live our lives and that's why we are trying to do say we will go forward and make sure say at least we come to near normal life as much as possible and yet Omicron ne sana virus no tie it is abosoma ko tell that no so it mutates anytime it mutates no a very virulent and as a more transmissible virus comes to the viral illness sanity by your bomb pie say Omicron no and no any din kese te say Delta no because I say ebua for Delta no so e sad dia na ke say bia yare no be kɔ fom an no but ye ma no enka ye pi because nipa vaccinate organ na north but you say yenya vaccines no p as I speak now from 24 February to now there will be nearly 17 million another 8 million our pipeline I been before the end of the year until this month vaccination month everybody should go out there and vaccinate to your journalists I am mom quite during the first March mo say mo vaccine one ho na ka say obi se ne dey wa ba kope minim dey do wa ba kope the vaccines ni bia ho dey ya register bia apart from Sputnik via your AstraZeneca your Johnson & Johnson your Pfizer your Moderna in fact your Pfizer and Moderna nkra wo nkurase nyina because your cold chain system or itimi fa nyina it is the government is challenging all of us to go out there and go and vaccinate.
What was that?
My name is Lord with TV3. Can a party please give us clarity on the reasoning behind making ex-MPs delegates?
That's a constitutional proposed amendment. It's not for discussion. Proposed amendments will be discussed at the conference.
Before you enter, but me more answer.
You see, there will be a fair mandate. The airport says, "Oh, Bagana ha, you have to be vaccinated." Oh, Kosovo, you have to be vaccinated. One of the mandates. Say, a drew baby na a minimum person we are vaccinated near there. On the minister a hint. Say, yen December say December. Ghana for 20 million government person vaccinated. Also, it vaccinated adult population. Anyone more D 18, say, they go 15 years and above. Then you vaccinate here. Obi anim so obi a vaccination card. About 95% of us are. Some mandate no. Obi abeka say obi a obi. But ya nye ne saa dia na wo kwa asore ko wura so dem a. Ebi tuma ka say wo wura so dem ho no. Also do vaccine card kire. Wo mu ye ne ba bia. Wo duru ba bia ekun mu aye den a. Wo invoke the Public Health Act. And human rights in memo. Human rights in say wo baby the human rights your rights end at where your nose is meboa sana kan bro fu because one hwe ya sika kakra wo ho na ye ne de hwe nkofo de yemfa wo de wo kwakọ yare aba ne yemfa hwe ye nya ne sa wo baby a enti wo hwe human health Public Health Act na ewom minister do baby otimi invoke say vaccinate the people eno na be ma mandate na ba no enti mama ye nyina ye nkọ abonten ye nkọ vaccine ye say obi oha bia ye vaccinated because mu nyina ma mo chance to as obi ofira brochire by hair vaccination as January na opeso oba na sa law protocol ya ba afrem say ye menye vaccination na mama me mra me ba ma pe bia wo ho so bi wo ho na dwen so wo ho enti ebe ma ye man ko for motivation ye ma why you should go and vaccinate esa ana o ka so rasem say me ye sure say me your software you say sorry them your call for your vaccination you say so ni be preach say obia anko obi say be ya e betime tra ha ya sorry asem bia aba ti sa na ye ka say memenda kwasiada adwada delegate conference no ba na okura wo card yehwɛ sɛ obi a wotie bia ɔmo ka sɛ obi a ɛbɛyɛ ne deɛ na ɔde aba na yɛn nyinaa atumi ayɛ conference na mara kama.
We are very grateful for your attendance. Have a good, blessed day. Thank you.